Now, you'll find out how to get laser focused in your video creation ASAP. G'day crew, and welcome back to the Do Video Podcast, where our aim is to get you and your business genuinely connecting with your audience through the best method at the moment, video, before it turns into VR and hologram. But before that happens, video is king. I'm Zoe, the Video Confidence Coach, your focus wizard on today's journey. Well, let's carry on with that journey, shall we? Doodly, 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 doodly. If you're watching the YouTube video, I'm doing the doodly, doodly, doodly thing from Wayne's World. Woo! Effects. So I know this isn't specifically video or filming yourself based, but one way that I've definitely used over the past, say, 6 months is one clear tip to use for reducing overwhelm involving social media. Now, I put hands on my heart, not on my microphone, hands on my heart, and I praise to the Lord that I'm sure all of you have had this same thing too, where with social media, there's multiple platforms that you have to be on for both yourself and your business. You've got constant notifications popping, you've got everything happening around you, and your brain is just overwhelmed. And, when you go on social media, you're seeing the best bits of people's lives, not everything bad, not everything good. And you're just seeing so much at you, and you just don't know when to stop. So one way to fix that overwhelm is to remove notifications. So what I mean by that is that when you're on your phone or on your tablet, on your desktop, whenever you get either a notification, say on Facebook, or a notification that someone has liked your image on Instagram, if you cancel when it's called push notifications for Android, and I believe it's called push notifications as well for iOS, but when it pops up when you're on your phone, either when it's just sitting down or when you're in another app, if it pops up and makes a sound, it does something to our human brains, our monkey brains, if you will. It does something to our brains that releases dopamine. So for people that don't know what dopamine is, it's the happy drug. It makes you feel positive. It's like when you eat chocolate, if you can eat chocolate, as when you have sugar. We know it's bad for us. We know too much quantities is bad, but if you have it, it feels really nice in your brain and in your body. And that's the same thing what these push notifications or these sounds or these dings that go off in our phone remind us and take focus away from what we should be doing to focus in on that. So for the past couple of months, actually just before I got sick really, which actually kind of helped actually. So before I got sick, what I did, step by step, I went into the applications area of my phone. Now I have a Samsung phone, but this is the same very much for all phone users, is that when you go to the settings part of your phone, you go down to the apps or the notifications area of your phone, and you go down to the individual apps that have notifications. So say, for example, if you wanted to do Facebook, you go into Facebook. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Zoe.
Say hello to
the... Be quiet, but...
Say hello to the live people.
Hello, people.
That's Rob in the background. I know you can't see him, but you can see that the door is open and he is behind the door. That's what we do in life. We roll with it.
So bright.
I know.
You're the brightest thing in Geelong right now.
I'm the brightest thing in Geelong right now. Oh, thank you, Rob. Good thing I'm not looking at the light. Sorry, that's just Rob. He works here. He does 3D printing. So if you ever need 3D printing in Geelong, come see Rob. I know you couldn't see him, but you can hear him. So what I say? Yeah. All right. So notifications. You go into your app. Say, for example, like Facebook. And inside there, you go into the notifications or push notification tab within that app. And from there, you can turn off notifications. Now, do this for all your social medias. Do this for Twitter. Do this for Instagram. Do this for Facebook. Do this for Pinterest. Do this for LinkedIn. The only push notifications I have are for text messages, calls, and emails. And even then, I'm thinking of turning off my email ones. And what this does is that it cancels the push notifications. It cancels the noise, the ding, when you get a notification. And it turns off anything that pops up on your screen. Now, what this does, it does a few things for you and also for your brain. It helps you relax, because unless you want to actively go out and find something, so if you're sitting around not doing anything, you're waiting for a meeting or you're waiting for something to start, you can go on Facebook of your own accord. You're not just there having thousands and thousands and thousands of notifications on your screen that you're feeling overwhelmed and you have to go through. You can just be like, okay, I've got a bit of time. All right, I'm going to check out Facebook. Open it up. Ooh, someone's liked a few of my posts. Da, 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 da. So you feel good, but it's out of your own accord, as opposed to being forced to or being focused in to focus on that single app from that notification. Trying to find a space to practice, perfect, or even just explore your next great idea can be hard to find, especially in regional Victoria. Our studio space is in the Creative Geelong Makers Hub and is ideal for artists and makers, and also offers a recording studio for small-scale audio and video production. Come in and get that podcast started. Get that video for your website done. Or even get the band together for a jam session for the ages. We're located in the heart of Geelong, and you can find more at geelongmakers.com.au. That's geelongmakers.com.au. Equipment hire and expert assistance can be arranged for an additional fee. And I did this just before I got sick. So for those who don't know, I was experiencing some bowel cancer. And that happened at around June of this year. So I'm still not out of the woods yet, but I'm at a point where I'm well enough to communicate with you guys and eat food and sleep. I was pretty much napping today though. So I had a good 4-hour nap today. But besides that, pretty much well. And before I did that, I was just doing my usual YouTube-ness, and I was researching a couple of things to reduce overwhelm, because I was feeling a little bit stressed at that time, and that was before the diagnosis. And they mentioned about the endorphin and the dopamine effect that notifications from a phone, tablet device had on your brain. So I took their advice, turned off the notifications, and for anyone who has either experienced cancer or even experienced being very sick, which I imagine most of us have, you can feel your brain just switches off. It's okay, I'm concentrating on you right now. I'm concentrating on making sure you don't die, Zoe. That is what that's what it's focusing on. And having my phone next to me, I missed so many calls, so many text messages, and so many emails. And I'm still actually working on getting back to that now. But it allowed me to feel not totally, but a little less stress when I actually got to a state of mind where I wasn't hallucinating, I wasn't throwing up, and I wasn't doing anything bad, where I could my brain could work. And I looked at my phone and I didn't feel completely overwhelmed from my social media accounts, because when I went into the accounts, there was 100 notifications and 200 notifications. But that was on my own accord to go in and check. I wasn't bombarded with all these messages. So I highly recommend, if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, you can just turn off the notifications. You don't have to get rid of the apps already, unless that's what you want to do. But I highly recommend just taking away those notifications, those power over you, so you can focus on what you need to focus on. So when you're on your phone, and you're texting a friend, or you're a client, or communicating with someone, you're not distracted by things outside of your little world. You can just concentrate on what you need to concentrate on, and then move forward. Say, for example, when doing a video. I'm doing this live on my phone because my webcam decided to screw up. So I'm doing this now from my phone, and I'm not getting any any notifications. I'm not getting anything pop up annoyingly, because I've turned them off. So when I'm focusing or talking to you on the live or in the replay, I'm really talking to you. I'm not getting distracted by anything else. So if you reduce that stress, you actually feel a little less overwhelmed, enough to go and communicate with your audience effectively. Be that through video, through blog posts, which I'm working on, through calls, through networking, through whatever you need to do to communicate with your audience. If you feel less stressed and overwhelmed, even from things that you don't really need to control, for example, like social media. Social media is great. It can help you. It can improve your business, but it's not the be-all and end-all. You have to remember that with social media. We're doing this for them. So everyone can connect, but we still feel alone. So I want you to remember that when you connect with your audience, be it if you are an online business, or you're even a service or product-based business based in a certain area and you meet face-to-face clients, make sure you actually meet and talk to people. Because social media is great, but human faces are better. So, the point that I forgot to mention before. So, what this inevitably does, this turning off the notifications, you're not going cold turkey, you're not getting them off your phone. So there's a podcast I listen to, which some of you may know, it's called the Hello Internet Podcast with Gray and... Oh, fuck, I just had a brain freeze. I can't remember his name. Oh my god. Gray and... Brady. They're gonna kill me. No, don't worry, they don't care about me. Gray and Brady, and Gray... has gone on this detox binge where he's just taken off all the apps off his phone, and if he wants to go on Twitter, for example, he has to actually go onto his computer and search via that way. If he wants to go onto Reddit, he has to go onto his computer and do it. So if you feel like that's going to be beneficial for you, do it for a week, do it for 2 weeks and see how you feel. You'll feel less overwhelmed because you're not constantly answering people's questions. You're not constantly throwing yourself out there on social media just to be there. When you do something, you do it out of conscience, and you do it out of your wanting and your focus to do so. And hopefully you're doing it for your audience. You'll feel calm, collected, and you'll feel less distraction as well, because you won't be constantly jumping over to your phone to hear it go ding in the night and focus on that. And you'll also be able to focus on what you want to do in your business. Do you want to develop it? Do you want to market it? What do you want to do? Feel free to comment below what your main goal in business is at the moment. I know that I progressively focus on video. That's just because that's what I'm good at and I'm an expert in, and I practice what I preach. But for you guys, that doesn't automatically mean you want to do video. Some of you are just here just to watch me fail, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It's quite entertaining sometimes. But for most of you, I want to see how you're feeling and see how you're going with business. Because even though I'm not a business coach, and I do not plan to be, I just want to help you guys be able to message and genuinely connect with your audience. As I said, no push notifications. One just popped up then. It's just like, guess what though, we're doing this now. No. Phone, don't do that now. I have no time for you. So, to wrap up, all I can recommend is that you follow the Video Confidence Coach on our pages. So the social pages that you are hopefully going on your phone, turning off the push notifications. You will like us and follow us on our Instagram, our Twitter, our Facebook group, the Video Confidence Crew, which this is being premiered right now. And then you guys can come and say hi. And also our LinkedIn. And thank you, Zoe. Thank you. I'm awake. I was listening the whole time. For a full list of sources, credits, and downloadables for this episode, feel free to check out this episode on the dovideopodcast.com. And feel free to rate our chat/podcast episode on your favourite podcasting app that you're listening to right now, or if you're on YouTube, you can subscribe there too if you're watching my beautiful face. I'm totally kidding, but click the subscribe button. Looking for another podcast to listen to while you wait for another Do Video podcast episode? Well, I've got one called Grey Matters by Steve Dido. Okay, I've watched his YouTube channels and I've listened to his podcast and I've heard him say his name so many damn times I can't even remember how to pronounce it. Ditto. Dodo! Oh God! Alright, I'm going to leave that in. Alright. So, Steve Dodo, which I humbly apologise for saying your name wrong again multiple times, even though I've heard you say it multiple times. His podcast is perfect for senior entrepreneurs and older entrepreneurs because he's focusing on the baby boom generation and Gen X, people that didn't initially grow up with the type of technology we have now, but who can use it in their business to succeed. He also focuses on recent marketing trends as well as the technology. He also has a multitude of channels that compile to his YouTube empire. So if you find his podcast interesting, check him out on YouTube too. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedbacks, feel free to reach out to us at the Video Confidence Coach on our website, on our social medias, or just Google Video Confidence Coach. I'm sure you'll find us. And if not, you'll find my face. Because my face is everywhere. Boom. Thank you for engaging with me today. And don't forget to tell your crew about how they can get focused too. Bye. How do those girls do it? Okay, I kind of got it. Because you got to boom, 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 boom. You got to really pull. All right, I'm distracting myself. Let's get back to it.